Blacktown International Sports Park. It's taken us a while to get here, but here we are for the 2022 New South Wales Senior League Championship Grand Final. Tonight we will see Manly take on Cronulla Black. Now to introduce the teams. In batting order for Cronulla Black, Yuta Yamanaka, Cal Fingleson, Emrys Mulvihill, Micah Target, James Burgess, Rylan Angel, Lachlan West, Nathan Pace, Rylan Moggeson, and on the bench, Ewan Choate, Noah Philakis, Quinlan Pitt, Damian Wilson. And the coaching staff, Jaden Cavill, Matt Saunders, Jai Pitt, and the EO Mark Mulvihill. For Manly, Luke Donaghy, Will Tibbett, Cameron Lorenzo, Daniel Mills, Kane Flew, Zach Morris, Aidan Patterson, Ryan Barnes, Max Austin, James Lander, Connor Clark, James Peel, Ashley Egan, Lachlan Ludbrook, and the coaching staff, PJ Patterson, Tim Cox, Mark Lowe, and EO Tracy Clark. Scoring for us tonight for Cronulla, Tina Angel, and for Manly, Michelle Patterson. And now our umpires. On first base, Bill Green. Third base umpire, Reese Callahan. And behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes, Steve Bigwood.
Is Billy at one? Sorry, just say.
Yep. If I could ask you all to stand and remove your hats for the national anthem. Let's play ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Blue Sox Stadium out here at Blacktown International Sports Park. And what was a 4-day tournament comes to its climax here 4 weeks later. And it's the 2022 Baseball New South Wales Senior League State Championship Final. It's between the Manly Eagles and the Cronulla Sharks. Black team, Black knocking out Blue yesterday in the semi-final, and Manly prevailing over Hills in the second semi-final. Manly have won the toss and will be in the field to start this game. They will bat in the bottom half of the first inning. Manly line up this way. Their starting pitcher will be James Lander. Their catcher is Ryan Barnes. Will Tibbett is the first baseman. The second baseman is Aidan Patterson. The shortstop is Luke Donaghy. Zach Morris is at third base. Dan Mills is the left fielder. The centre fielder is Cam Lorenzo, and the right fielder is Kane Flew. For Cronulla Sharks, leading off will be their pitcher. Batting one, position one, and that's Yuta Yamanaka. Cal Fingerson is the second baseman. He's batting second. Emery Molefield is the centre fielder, batting third. And Mika Target is the shortstop. He's batting in the clean-up role. Batting fifth is James Burgess. He's starting at third base. Ryan Angel is the first baseman, batting sixth. Lachlan West, the catcher, batting seventh. Nathan Pace, the left fielder, batting eighth. And Dylan Mogginson, the right fielder, batting ninth. Manly using the designated hitter with Max Austin hitting for James Lander. And as you heard at the top of the Sharks lineup, it's Yuta Yamanaka leading off and batting for himself. So we've had the national anthem. Players just going through their final instructions from their managers. And we are moments away from starting this 2022 Senior League State Championship Final. Your umpires for this one, calling balls and strikes behind the plate, will be Steve Bigwood. Up along the first baseline, Billy Green. And in the hot corner, Reese Callahan at third base. And the Manly defence taking it to the field now. So we'll have some warm-up pitches by James Lander out in the mound. Only pitched in one inning so far in this tournament. So he is fresh and ready to go tonight. So here we are, ready to go here. James Lander just getting last instructions from his catcher, Ryan Barnes. Yuta Yamanaka stepping into the box. And we're almost underway here in this 2022 New South Wales Senior League State Championship. Lander misses high for ball one. And finds the zone there to even the count at 1-1. Maybe a little bit of nerves there from the young Manly pitcher. James Lander from the Seasiders Club down there in the North Curl area. Yuti Yamanaka punches that one into left field, going Oppo to lead things off. Long run out there for Dan Mills. And Cronulla on the board. Sorry, not on the board. They're on the bases early. A single for Yamanaka.
Now up to bat, the second baseman, number 98, Cal Fingelson.
Cal Fingelson, next man up for the Sharks. Interestingly enough, plied his trade in the under-18 State League with Borkham Hills. Now representing Cronulla here in the Senior League State Championship. James Lander checking on Yamanaka over at first. Yamanaka takes off. Barnes with the throw up to second base. Just in time. Getting Yamanaka on the foot. And first out here in the top of the first. Yamanaka going on first move. He wasn't quick enough for Ryan Barnes, who throws an absolute strike up to his shortstop, Luke Donner. He applies a tag on the foot. And that's the first out here in the top of the first. Curveball from Lander misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside corner, strike 2. Tricky half bounce there for the third baseman, Zach Morris, but he's up to the task. Fires a strike over to Will Tibbett, and that's the second out.
Now up to bat, the centre fielder, number 78, Emrys Mulvihill. Missing an eye.
Emrys Mulvihill now takes strike 1 from Lander. In there for strike 2. Fouls it off. Keeps his at bat alive. Patience there by Marvel Hill to take the ball to even the count at 2-2. Check swing, rolls up the line, but stays foul. Marvel Hill with plenty of speed. Would have been aboard if it rolls fair, but stayed in foul territory. So the counter remain at 2. So full count now here for Mulville. Rips the ball. Right side. And it's over the head of Kane Flew out there in right field. And it's going to be a stand-up double. So 2-out double here for the Sharks.
Now up to bat, the shortstop, number 89, Micah Target.
So Micah Target will bat with 2 out here in the top of the first. First pitch is up for ball 1. Target hitting in the 4-hole this afternoon. That one, another long run. This time Flew gets underneath it, gets away from him a little bit, but he stays with it, just like Starling Marte did tonight for the Mets, and records the 3rd out of the inning. So a lead-off walk, a caught stealing, and then a double for the Sharks. Manly get around it, and it'll be their turn to bat when we come back with the bottom of the first inning.
For the top of the bottom of the first innings. It's a shortstop, number 16, Luke Donaghy.
You'd already been
Oh,
in this program.
I know, I'm so over it. I'm so over it. That's not
Luke Donaghy leading things off for Manly here in the bottom of the first inning.
Due to tiredness, we move ahead in this ESPN program.
Yuta Yamanaka fires in strike one. Donaghy hitting 4 for 14 on the tournament. Hit against Hills, a hit against this Cronulla Black team. Hit against MacArthur and a hit against Hills Red yesterday. Misses down Yamanaka for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. The hit against his Cronulla team was a double. An RBI double. And he scored and also walked twice in that game. 7 walks for the tournament for Luke Donaghy. Yamanaka missing up. Yamanaka's second appearance of the tournament. Down and in for ball 3. Donaghy in the driver's seat here in the bottom of the first inning. It was a 3 walk and 1 strikeout performance for Yamanaka in 2/3 of an inning against MacArthur. All the way back on April 23. I can officially say last month. And ball 4 for Donaghy. He is aboard.
Now stepping up to the plate for Manly is the first baseman, number 71, Will Tibbett.
That was a 9-7 victory for Cronulla over MacArthur. Yamanaka won 5 pitches to get the job done in that game. Well, Tibbett steps in and Yuta Yamanaka has a check over at Donaghy at first. Four for 6. And Tibbett drops down the bunt. And a nice strong throw there by Lachlan West to record the out.
Now to bat the centre fieldsman, Cameron Lorenzo.
But it does move Donaghy into scoring position. And it brings up the very strong bat of Cameron Lorenzo. 6 for 18 on the tournament with a pair of doubles, 4 RBIs, scoring 7 runs himself. Has walked 3 times, struck out twice. He takes ball 1 from Yamanaka. Goes straight up the middle. Nice range there by the shortstop who doesn't have a good grip on the ball. Emrys Malfield lost the grip on the ball. Got away from him. That allowed Donaghy to score. And Manly strike first. Cameron Lorenzo with the jam shot up the middle. It was great range there by Malfield at shortstop. But the ball just slipping out of his hand on the throw.
Now batting the left fielder, number 21, Daniel Mills.
So Daniel Mills now. Check over at first. Keeping Lorenzo close. Two from 2 in stolen bases in the tournament. Yamanaka just struggling a little bit to find the zone here. Manly showing good patience at the plate early. Early runs are fun runs, however way you can get them. Down and in for strike one. Of course, both these teams qualifying for the national championships down in Geelong. They get underway next week, so short turnaround for the players and the families. Check again over at first base. Yamanaka finds the outside corner for strike two. Mills lifting that one. Oh,
Good try.
long run there for the centre fielder. Sorry, Emrys Molefield in centre field. It was Mika Garrett, the shortstop. Dan Mills with the rip to centre field, bouncing off the glove of Molefield out there in centre field.
Now up to bat the right fielder, number 14, Kane Flew.
Cam Lorenzo just had to hold up to make sure that that ball dropped. He moves all the way up to third base. Manly threatening here with runners at second and third and one out. And it brings up the left-handed hitting. Kane Flew. He hacks at the first pitch from Yamanaka. Fouls it off over the grandstand and out of play. Inside corner to Flew for strike two. Down in the 0-2 hole. Misses away for ball one. 4 appearances for Kane Flew. Hitting 385, 5 for 13, all hits were doubles. 3 hits yesterday against Hills Red in the semi-final. 2 hits against Hills Blue in the first game of the tournament. Fouls that one off into the fence in front of the bullpen. Couple of his teammates ducking for cover. Lee Green just inspecting the ball, make sure there's no pine tar on it. Or any deep gashes from the fence. Kane Flew. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking to drive in another pair of Manly runs. Give his team an early lead here in this first inning. Rips it straight up the middle, out of the reach of Fingleson. Dan Mills turns the corner at third. He comes in to score. And Kane Flew does exactly that. Straight back up the middle. Kane Fingleson can't get there. Cleaned up by the centre fielder, Emrys Molefield. And Manly head 3-0.
Now up to bat the third baseman, number 17, Zach Morris.
You'll hand the baton over to Zach Morris, the third baseman for Manly. Five for 15 in the tournament. 6 RBIs to his name, including 4 yesterday in that big win over Hills Red. Another check over at first. 2-0 here for Morris. Unfortunately, there's too much of a delay on the centre field camera, so we can't bring you action shots from centre field. Just a technical issue that hasn't been able to resolve for about the last 3 months. We think we get it right 1 second, and then it's broken the next. So 2-0 here from Yamanaka. Down and in. Ball 3. Aiden Patterson waits on deck. And ball 4. The fake bunt is enough to put off Yamanaka, and he couldn't find his spot. Pitching coach Matt Saunders out to the mound just to have a quick chat with Yamanaka. Settle him down, offering him some words of encouragement.
Now stepping up to the plate, it's the second baseman, number 42, Aiden Patterson.
And I'll bring up Aiden Patterson. RBI opportunity again for Manly here. Still only one out. Yamanaka puts it in the dirt. Squeezes through the legs of Lachlan West behind the plate, and both runners move up 90 feet. So Manly with another opportunity to knock in a pair of runs. Kane Flew did it. Patterson now looking to do the same. Drives that ball to centre field. Emrys Mulfill in. Makes the catch. Not deep enough for Kane Flew to score. And that is the second out.
Now that's the catcher, number 40, Ryan Barnes.
Ryan Barnes has plenty of fans in the crowd. Big cheer is his name is read out here. 2 for 6 on the tournament. 1 RBI against Ride Black back on 24th of April. Also walked twice in that game and struck out. And he takes strike 1 there from Yuta Yamanaka. Yamanaka just trying to finish this inning and stop the flow of runs from this Manly Eagles side. Down and in, Big Wood calls strike 2. So Barnes in an 0-2 hole here. Barnes back up the middle again. Target can't get to it. Long throw by Mulfield from centre field, but it gets away. And Barnes drives in another pair of runs just out of the reach of target.
Now that's the designated hitter, number 35, Max Austin.
Zach Morris and Kane Flew both come in to score, and Manly stretch their lead out to 5-0 here in the bottom of the first. 7-inning games here in this Senior League division. Played to a result. Normal rules of baseball apply. Max Austin takes that pitch in for ball 1. Cronulla with some movement into their bullpen now. Only 3 appearances for Austin. Yet to pick up a hit in the tournament. Up for ball 2. Quinlan Pitt heading up to the pen for Cronulla. Second pitcher up there, except he's wearing a jumper, so we can't see his number as that pitch gets away from Lachlan West. That'll be a pass ball charge to the catcher, you would think. Ryan Barnes to move up the third. And Max Austin draws the walk, so Manly have battered through their lineup here. And Jaden Cavill looks like he's going to make a change. He's coming out to speak to Steve Bigwood. He's going to keep Yamanaka in the game for his bat. See who he decides to take out. Can only be one of his first 4 hitters. So the rules state you have to have hit first before you come out of the game. No? Oh, there you go.
But it's normal rules baseball, so...
Take that back. So Yamanaka comes out. So manager Jaden Cavill has made the change here. It's Yamanaka has gone to centre field. New pitcher is James Burgess coming from third base. And we'd probably expect Emrys Mulvihill to come into shortstop and Micah Target to move over to third. So bit of moving of the dominoes there for Jaden Cavill. Caught up with Jaden before the game. He's excited to be heading to the national tournament again.
Now to bat the shortstop, number 16, Luke Donahue.
So back to the top of the lineup for the Eagles, and it's going to be Luke Donaghy. Yeah, Cronulla manager Jaden Cavill excited to get back down to... Excited to get to the national tournament again. Improve on their 4th place finish last season. I believe this is the team that can go all the way. Donaghy walked in the top of the first to lead things off. 1-1 here. Target fires in. Sorry, not Target. Burgess fires in. Strike 2. So ball and 2 strikes. Spoke about the strong starting pitching from Mika Target early on in the tournament. Up the line goes Donaghy. And it is that man that we talk about, Mika Target. Can't handle the ball at third base. Had to range to his right. And just couldn't get ball in around into the glove. And then allows Manly to put another run on the board.
Now up to bat, it's the first baseman, number 71, Will Tibbett.
Emrys Multhill and Yuta Yamanaka, 2 other players that impressed Coach Cavill so far during the tournament. But in a bit of trouble here, trailing 6-0 in the first, and their 11th batter at the plate. And it's Will Tibbett. There's a sack bunt by Will Tibbett to move Donaghy up to second. And he's behind here, 0-2. And Burgess being called for a balk. So Manly twice already tonight. They've had runners on second and third each time they've knocked him in. We'll see what Tibbett can do here. Let's see if he can go 3 from 3. But he strikes out, so Tibbett can't extend the lead, but Manly gets 6 here in the bottom of the first. And we'll head to the top of the second, and it'll be James Burgess, Ryan Angel, and Lachlan West due up. James Burgess leading things off for the Cronulla Sharks. His team trailing 6-0 here in the top of the second. James Lander probably a little bit cold now after spending plenty of time in that home dugout. Didn't actually look over to see if he was keeping himself going during that elongated first inning. 6 for 15 on the tournament for James Burgess. Not a handy batter to have to lead off when you're trailing 6-0. Takes second pitch from Lander. Up for ball 2. Lander missing, ball 3. Caught up with Manly assistant coach Mark Lowe pre-game. He spoke about the hitting power of Will Tibbett and Kane Flew. We definitely saw that from Kane Flew. Will Tibbett, unfortunately, the first and third out in that first inning, but first out being a sack bunt, so you can probably forgive him for that. Lander walks Burgess on 4 straight pitches. I was excited to see what this starter, James Lander, can do for his team. He only made the 1 appearance in the tournament. So it seems like they've kept him fresh exactly for this occasion. It's also glad that the hitting came alive yesterday to get them into this championship game and also qualify the team for Nationals. It'll be the second Senior League team that Manly has sent to Nationals throughout the Little League era.
Now batting is the first baseman, number 96, Rylan Angel.
Mark said that team's just looking to enjoy the experience in Geelong and to keep learning about baseball. And James Lander needs to reset himself here. Get back to throwing strikes. He's thrown 5 straight balls so far in this top of the second. Powerful pitcher with plenty of velocity. There you go, finds the zone there. Fires in, strike 1. Micah Target fouls that one off, right side. Over it is Tibbett, underneath it, makes the catch. First out here in the top of the second.
Now batting is the catcher, number 74, Lachlan West.
Bring up the Cronulla catcher, Lachlan West. Check over at first. Seem to be worried a little bit about Burgess. 3 stolen bases for Burgess. Hasn't been thrown out. Thought for a minute that Tibbett may have lost that ball because he didn't look like he was comfortably underneath it, but was able to make the catch. Another pop up, this time behind the plate. Barnes underneath it in foul territory. Just can't get to it. Punches his glove in frustration. West survives. He'll get another chance. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 here from Lander. Gets a swing and miss from Lachlan West. What scoreboard tricked me? Is everyone true there? Was it 1-1? Okay.
It was 1-1. Then it became 1-2.
Was it 1-1 on the pop-up? Or was it 1-0 on the pop-up?
Made it 1-1.
Oh, okay. There you go. Once again, I got the count wrong. So 2-2 now is the count. Just had to check with my fellow scorers up here in the booth. West pops it up this time. Centre field, Lorenzo in for it. Calls off his middle infielders. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Lost all my bearings now. 2 out here in the top of the second.
Now up to bat, the left fielder, number 14, Nathan Pace.
Saves me saying it. Nathan Pace now. Hitting with 2 out. It's nice stuff by Lander up on the mound. Fires in strike 1 to Pace. They definitely struggled a little bit coming back out on the mound after that long inning where Manly sent 11 hitters to the plate. Up for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Four for 11 on the tournament for Paez in the 5 games. Lander checking over. On Burgess at first. Really worried about Burgess. 2 out. Go after your hitter and get him out. 30 pitches so far for Lander. Misses high. Ball 2. What's the max? 95. Finish it better. 95 the maximum in this age group. Finds the outside corner and gets Payers swinging at that one. 2-2 now. 2 out. Top of the second. Fouls it off into the screen to stay live. Payers. Lander wandering back to the top of the mound. Looking to finish this inning here. Long look over at Burgess at first. Misses upstairs. Feels the count up at 3-2 now. So if Burgess wasn't taking off before, you'd expect him to be taking off now. Lander only thrown 3 first pitch strikes to his 7 hitters so far. Fouls it off. Pace stays alive. Pace making Lander work hard for the out. Seven pitch at bat so far for Pace. And draws ball 4 on pitch number 8. So Cronulla with a couple of runners aboard here.
Now to bat, it's the right fielder, Dylan Medennison. No idea how you really say that, but anything.
I've got Mogginson.
Mogginson.
Mogginson. Dylan Mogginson now the hitter for Cronulla, batting down in the 9 hole. Job to do here. Get his team on the board, extend the inning, and turn the lineup over. And Lander's called for a balk. So Cronulla now with runners in second and third. Ryan Barnes just goes out to have a chat. Settle his pitcher down. Fires in strike 1 to Mogginson. Mogginson fouling that off. In an 0-2 hole here. Ground ball to the right side. Aidan Patterson picks it up, tosses it over to his first baseman, Will Tibbett, and records the third out. Another 0 on the scoreboard for the Eagles. And we'll have Cam Lorenzo, Dan Mills, Kane Flew up when we return with the bottom of the second.
Leading off the bottom of the second innings, it's the centre fielder, number 64, Cameron Lorenzo.
Cameron Lorenzo leading things off for Manly here in the bottom of the second, and thrown behind him and clips a buttock. And he's saying, "Yes, it hit me, sir." He'll take his place up at first base. James Burgess.
Now up to bat, it's the left fielder, number 21, Daniel Mills.
Got to make sure I don't call him George or Tom.
Yeah.
Lorenzo takes off. Strong throw. Throw not strong enough by Lachlan West. And Lorenzo going on first move takes second base. Strike one called on Dan Mills. Just junior league if he's not in senior league.
I think he's an either.
Wow. Slide step by Burgess. Mills chops it down into himself. No balls and 2 strikes now for Dan Mills. Mills offers at it, down the dirt. And called out on strikes is Dan Mills. Billy Green saying that he went. And that's the first out here in the top of the second.
Now batting, it's the right fielder, number 14, Kane Flew.
It's just process though. So Kane Flew now. Couple of RBIs to him, to his name so far. Singling into centre field, driving in Cam Lorenzo and Dan Mills in the first inning. Takes the 1-0 pitch on the outside corner for strike one. And another one for strike two. Rips that one into right field. And it'll get down into the grass. Dylan Morganson made a great play at it. Just unable to get there before it hit the dirt. And it's another base hit there for Kane Flew.
Now stepping up to bat, it's the third baseman, number 17, Zach Morris.
Brings up Zach Morris, who walked in his last at bat. It's Cronulla with a perfect 5-0 record. And Manly with 3 wins and 2 losses. Cronulla defeating Hills Blue 11-1 on opening day. Zach Morris takes strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. And then MacArthur 9-7. Came back on day 2 to defeat this Manly side 12-5. And Zach Morris goes to the right side. It'll be an RBI for him. Cal Fingerson picks it up. Tosses over to Ryan Angel at first to record the second out. And Zach Morris puts another run on the board for the Eagles. They now lead at 7-0.
Now up to bat, the second baseman, number 42, Aidan Patterson.
And then they defeated Rye Black on Saturday, 6-3, before knocking over their fellow Cronulla counterparts, Cronulla Blue, yesterday, 7-3, to qualify for this championship game. Aiden Patterson now batting with a runner on third base. For Manly, it was back-to-back losses to start the tournament. 6-5 against Hills and then 12-5 against Cronulla. Patterson drives that one right side. It's going to drop in again in front of Mogginson. And Patterson drives in his third RBI of the night. Kane Flew scoring from third base. Manly now lead it 8-0. Good bit of hitting there by Patterson. Just saw the pitch he liked. Swung at it hard and hit it hard enough, but not too hard. And bounce in front of Mogginson for another RBI.
Now stepping up to the plate, it's the catcher, number 40, Ryan Barnes.
They finished the first weekend of the tournament with a 9-6 win over Ride Black to keep their hopes alive. And then it was a busy day yesterday, having to play back-to-back. They picked up a win against MacArthur 5-4, and then knocking over Hills Red 15-7. To book their place in this championship final. Ryan Barnes now hits with 2 out. And hits it to Fingleson, who backhand toss to Patterson at second. To Mulvill at second to retire Patterson on the fielder's choice. And that finished the second innings. But it does see Manly score another 2 runs. They lead this Senior League State Championship final 8-0 through 2. Top of the third here. James Lander back out for his third inning of work. He's going to face the top of this Cronulla lineup. Yuta Yamanaka, Cal Fingerson, and Emrys Mulvill. Mountain out of a molehill. It's a big mountain here for Cronulla. James Peel leading up to the bullpen. Yeah. That was pitch number 41 for James Lander. Ran into a little bit of trouble in the second. Elevated his pitch count. Up and away, ball 2 to Yamanaka. Yamanaka singled into centre field on a 1-1 count. Start the game. Before he was caught stealing second base. Nice throw by Ryan Barnes. It's Luke Donaghy applying the tag on Yamanaka's foot to record the out. Landed behind here, 3-0. Fingleson waiting on deck. Yamanaka squaring the bunt. Ryan Barnes has lost the ball. Third baseman Zach Morris comes in to get it. Yamanaka could be in trouble here. This time he gets there. Heads up base running by Yamanaka. Notice Barnes had lost where the ball was. Zach Morris did his best to retrieve it in time. And Yamanaka is on base with a walk and a wild pitch.
Now up to bat, the second baseman, number 98, Cal Fingleson.
So Cal Fingleson will hit with a runner in scoring position. Is this the little opportunity that Cronulla need? To start their comeback. Shows bunt, pushes it up the third base line, but it's going to stay foul. Cronulla just looking to get one run on the board. Can only score one at a time, so you're taking whichever way you can get them. Newcastle Knights received a loud cheer when they kicked a penalty goal right before half time yesterday. Fingleson takes ball one. Screwing around to bunt, but pulling it away. Fingleson still looking to bunt, drops it down, pushes it up the first baseline. I think that ball may have hit Fingleson in the back of the foot. It's gonna see PJ Patterson come out and have a word with umpire Steve Bigwood. He's asking the question. He's gonna say, "Hey, get some help here, sir." There was definitely a bit of a bobble on that ball as Fingleson ran inside the baseline. We're going to have a meeting in the middle of the diamond. I think everyone's seen this but the umpire. Nice bunt by Cal Fingleson. Steve Bigwood says no. So you can rewind that at home. Tell us what you think. But for the meantime, Cal Fingerson's aboard. The sacrifice bunt base hit, and it's runners on the corners for the Sharks.
Now up to bat, the shortstop, number 78, Emrys Mulvihill.
Emrys Mulvihill. And James Lander called for the second balk of the game. Interesting to see if Steve Bigwood had actually called play there. Definitely wasn't an indication from here. Maybe that's why Lander stopped his setting motion. And Cronulla are on the board. It's taken a lead-off walk, a wild pitch, a bunt, and then a balk. But they've got run number one, still trailing by 7. Lander just misses away. Ball 1 to Emrys Mulvihill. Cal Fingleson standing at second base now, in scoring position for Mulvihill. Check over at second. Ball gets into centre field. Lorenzo's hunting it down. Fingleson couldn't get up in time to move himself up to third. Lander just needs to take a big deep breath here. And good Good decision here by PJ Patterson to come out. He sees that Lander's struggling a little bit. He's going to come out and just calm him down. 3 pitches so far, a couple of balks. Just needs to go back to do what he does well. So the meeting on the mound is done. PJ Patterson with some calming words to his starting pitcher. Just settling him down. Getting his mind back in the game. Lander with good velocity on his fastball. Just needs to trust his stuff. As that throw from Barnes gets over the Lander's head. But Aiden Patterson was ready behind him. Cleans up the mess. Fingleson doesn't advance. Throw strikes, pound the zone, kid. You'll be right. Much what James Burgess did coming out in relief of Yuta Yamanaka. Through 24 pitches so far through his 1 1/3 innings of work. Manly with an arm up in the bullpen now. Misses down. So 3-0 here for Mulville. Lander looking for a very important first out. Just checking Cal Fingleson back to second. And can't find the zone. And a B ball 4.
Now stepping up to the plate, it's the third baseman, number 89, Micah Target. After we've had a little chat.
So Micah Target steps up. It was one of Jaden Cavill's plays that he mentioned in our pre-game chat. Outside corner for strike 1. 4 for 17 with 4 RBIs. One for 4 with runners in scoring position through the tournament. Takes that pitch down and in. Nice off-speed pitch by Lander to get strike 2. Just misses away. Right idea by Lander, but doesn't get the swing from the patient Target. Lander goes further away this time. Target up to the task. Ryan Barnes just with some more encouragement just to settle down. Twice in the tournament, Target has worked back from an 0-2 count. Lander just falling away, leaves that one up and high. So Target again works back from 0-2. Builds the count up at 3-2. One base open for Cronulla, and that's over at third. And Lander sets on the mound. 3-2 here for target. Pokes at it. Ricochets off the top of the grandstand. Back into the spectators below. Just missing our lovely scorers down there. Scoring at ground level tonight. Ground ball. Hard, tough play here for Donaghy. Picks it up, fires across. It won't be in time. Fingleson turned around, thought about coming home. Tough play for Donaghy there. That ball had absolutely nothing on it. And target loads the bases. And Cronulla still have nobody out.
Now to bat is a pitcher, number 77, James Burgess.
So James Burgess now, Cronulla's current pitcher. Started the game at third base. Leave Yamanaka in the first. I think this would be Lander's last batter of the night, even with the 8-1 lead. Still only at 60 pitches is Lander, but can't locate them at the moment. He's all over the place. Looks like the next pitcher out of the pen is ready to go. He's standing at the gate, waiting for the call from manager PJ Patterson. Ground ball to Patterson. Tag for one. Over to Tibbet for two. You get the tag at second? No. Tried to put the tag on, but wasn't able to get target. He does get an out though. So one away. It's an RBI ground out.
Now up to bat is the first baseman, number 96, Rylan Angel.
RBI ground out for James Burgess, scoring Cal Fingleson. And that brings up the first baseman, Ryan Angel. Still two runners in scoring position for the Sharks. Ball one for Angel. Down the middle, fouled off the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ripped up the line, foul. So 1 and 2 here for Angel. A couple of walks and a couple of soft singles here for the Sharks in the top of the third. That sees them score 2. Angel lays off the outside pitch. Runs the count to 2 and 2. Yamanaka walked to steal to start the top of the third for advancing to second on the wild pitch. And Cal Fingerson singled on a bunt. Emrys Mulville walked. And Lachlan and Ryan Angel lifts that one into left field. Cameron Lorenzo gets past him. And it'll be a single and an error for Ryan Angel to reach second. Drives in 2 more runs for the Sharks. And they have halved this deficit. And they lead it. They still trail though 8-4. And that'll be it for James Lander. Lander just struggling to throw strikes here in this top of the third inning. Giving up a couple of walks, a couple of soft singles didn't help his cause. But his night will be done with PJ Patterson coming out to make the change. And it'll be James Peel to come to the mound, we believe. Warming up earlier.
Now on the mound for Manly, it's number 27, Master Peel.
James Peel?
Yeah, James, and I couldn't think of his name.
So 2 appearances for James Peel so far in this tournament. Started back on the 23rd of April against Hills Blue. Pitched 4 innings, giving up 2 runs, both earned, walking 5, striking out 6. And then 2 innings yesterday against MacArthur. Only giving up the 1 hit, striking out 2. He's tasked with getting the final 2 outs here in the top of the third inning. And maybe get another couple of innings under his belt and keep the Cronulla bats at bay. Lachlan West, the first hitter to face Peel. First pitch is up for ball 1. West flying out in the second inning. Pickle just flying open there and missing away. Finds the outside corner there for strike 1. Beautiful location there by Peel. Another strong Manly pitcher with plenty of velocity on his fastball. Misses there though. 3-1 now for Peel. West looking to get aboard. Hand the baton over to Nathan Payas, who waits on deck. Down the middle, fastball. Hacked off by West. Feels the count up at 3-2. West lifts the ball. Aiden Patterson underneath it. Didn't look very comfortable rather. Might have been waiting for Donaghy to come underneath him and take the catch, or even Lorenzo, who was 2 steps behind him from centre field. But Patterson makes the catch to record the second out.
Now up to bat number 14, Nathan Payas.
So Nathan Payas gets his chance, but it's with 2 out. Cronulla posting 4 so far, and another runner waits at second in the form of Ryan Angel. Payas swings and misses at the first pitch from Peel for strike 1. And one fouled off, probably fouled off enough to get out of play. And it does. Over the grandstand and onto the road. So 0-2 hole here for Payas. Walked facing Lander with 2 out in the second. Bats again here in the third. Breaking ball from Peel. Gets the strike 3. Retires Payas. Shuts down the Cronulla inning. But not before they get 4. They halve the margin. And it's Manly 8, Cronulla 4, heading to the bottom of the third. That's what I'm running with.
You know, when you get halfway through what you're saying, you think,
Max Austin leading things off for the Eagles here. Bottom of the third inning. Takes ball 1 from James Burgess. Cronulla getting themselves back in this game. Couple of arms warming up in the bullpen as we speak for the Sharks. And nice strong throw by Mika Target for the first out.
now stepping up to the plate, it's the shortstop, number 16, Luke Donaghy.
So back to the top of the lineup for Manly with Luke Donaghy. Walking the ground out so far tonight. Rips that one, but it'll get foul into the Cronulla bullpen and over the bullpen. I thought it didn't hit my car. Parked pretty close out there. 0-1 for Donaghy. So he walked and reached on an error. An error made by Minka Target when he was at third base. Jam shot. Fingleson comes in, picks it up, throws it over, and just gets the speedy Luke Donaghy at first for the second out. Cronulla looking at their first 1-2-3 inning of the night, which is just what you want after you put runs up on the board.
Now up to bat the first baseman, number 71, Will Tibbett.
So 2 out here for Will Tibbett, who was the first and third out in the first inning. But we give him a bit of a break because the first out he was required to bunt in a sacrifice situation. He did that to perfection to move Luke Donaghy to second base. He takes strike one and then fouls off that 0-1 pitch. Just bouncing in front of a couple unsuspecting spectators down in the concourse. 0-2 here for Tibbett. Burgess looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning. Another one up. Third base line underneath the foot of the Manly manager, PJ Patterson. Burgess missing upstairs. Ball one. Another foul off by Tibbett. He was a player that assistant coach Mark Lowe spoke very highly of in the pre-game. Played a big part in helping Manly win 3 straight games to qualify for this championship final. So 1-2 here for Tibbett. Misses outside. Lachlan West doing his best to try and frame it from the middle of the right-hander's batter's box. But a task a little bit too hard for the young catcher. A pitch up and away. So Tibbett working all the way back from 0-2. He now has a 3-2 count. Looking to get on base here and break up this 1-2-3 inning. Punches it through the gap in the left side. And it'll be a base hit for Will Tibbett. And he picks up his first hit of the night after a sacrifice.
Now up to bat the centre fielder, number 64, Cameron Lorenzo.
Cam Lorenzo. Not going to make up for his little error in centre field in the previous inning. Pitch missing high. Reached on error and was hit by a pitch in his 2 at-bats so far. Burgess missing low for ball 2. 2-0 for Cam Lorenzo. And he will punch that into left field. But Nathan Payas is out there, makes a nice head-first diving catch to record the out. And Cronulla posed a very important 0 on the scoreboard. But they still trail Manly through 3, 8-4 the Eagles. Cronulla black, Cronulla black. Dylan Mogginson leading things off here, top of the fourth.
You want me to give two?
No.
He doesn't really care. He's just happy.
Oh.
Do it
You were
later.
going to say anything.
James Peel back out on the mound. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dylan Mogginson. 9-hole hitter for the Sharks. Nice breaking pitch by Peel. Gets Mogginson freezing. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Right field. Okay, Flu's underneath it. Makes the catch. And that's the first out here in the top of the fourth.
Now up to bat, number 66, Yuta Yamamaka.
So Yuta Yamanaka hits here for the Sharks. Back to the top of the lineup. Singled and walked so far tonight. Inside, ball 2, 2-0. Three known out for James Peel. Yamanaka looking to get aboard here to start something here again for the Sharks. Got things started in the previous inning. Wants to do it again here. Shows bunt once again. But takes the walk.
Now up to bat, number 98, Cal Finkelson.
Yamanaka has seen 8 straight balls from Manly pitchers, 4 straight in his last at bat from Lander, and now 4 straight from James Peel. Finkelson flies that one up. Lorenzo underneath that makes the catch. Yamanaka trots back into second base. 2 away here in the top of the fourth.
Now stepping up to the plate, number 78, Emrys Mulvihill.
Emrys Mulvihill now bats with 2 out. Walked in his last at bat facing James Lander. Fastball away, gets calls to strike 1 by Steve Bigwood. Foul ball ripped up the line and into the protective fence in front of the Cronulla Sharks dugout. The on-deck batter, Micah Target, didn't even flinch as that ball ripped past him. 0-2 here for Mulvihill. And that pitch missing. Maybe a little bit upstairs. Yamanaka still second. Peel thought he had strike 3. He was ready to run off the diamond. But instead, Steve Bigwood says ball 1. Ryan Barnes just moving Aiden Patterson a little bit closer to second base. Asking him to hold him on with Luke Donaghy playing in the hole at short. Curveball just a little bit high. Nice looking pitch by Peel, but just didn't break enough to be called strike 3. Mulville evens the count. Goes to his fastball and gets a swing out of Mulville this time. And that'll finish the top of the 4th. Manly lead it 8-4.
The bottom of the 4th innings. Number 21, Daniel Mills.
Dan Mills leading things off here for the Eagles. Bottom of the 4th. James Berg just still out on the mound for the Sharks. He's done a great job so far to stymie this Manly offense. It was only a opposite field single to Will Tibbet in the previous inning. After having Tibbet behind 0-2, Tibbet fought back well. Got himself a ball with a base hit, but it was all the Manly could muster in the bottom of the 3rd. And just as I say that, he throws 2 balls to Dan Mills, who now has the count in his favour, 2-1. What about crowd for Monday night baseball? School night. Dan Mills rips that one deep. Deep. Back for it is Pace. Off the top of the glove and falls onto the warning track. Dan Mills thought Pace had caught it. He stands at first. Bad bit of base running by the...
Now up to bat, number 14, Kane Flew.
Bad bit of base running by the Manly left fielder. Robs himself of a double. It was a great effort out there by Nathan Pace. I thought that ball might have been going out. But as what so often happens here at Blue Sox Stadium, once that ball gets into the night sky, it just dies. And Pace almost pulled off the catch of the tournament. 0-2 here to Kane Flew. And unfortunately, Dan Mills still stands at first base. He might have thought Pace had caught it. Shows bunt does Flew just to put the pitcher Burgess off. He works the count to 3-0. Shows bunt again and Burgess misses outside. So it's a 4-pitch walk for Kane Flew. And Manly, 2 runners on here with nobody out. Looking to put those runs back on the board that Cronulla scored in the top of the 3rd.
Now up to bat, number 17, Zach Morris.
Zach Morris fouls off the first pitch he sees. Oh, and 1 for the Manly third baseman. Called strike there for strike 2. Check over at first base on Flew. Morris grounds to the third baseman. Target, who stands on third, throws it across the diamond to complete the double play. Nice play there by Micah Target. And he gets the twin killing. Cam Lorenzo out at third base, and then
stepping up to bat, number 42, Aiden Patterson.
So it was Dan Mills retired at third, and then Zach Morris thrown out at first. Nice play there by Micah Target. Aiden Patterson grounds that ball through the legs of the first baseman, Ryan Angel. A bit of a loose throw there by Dylan Mogginson with the ball back in the infield. So Manly runners on the corners here. Ryan Barnes with an opportunity. And PJ Patterson's going to pinch run for his son. Giving the signal over to first base, saying, get me a pinch runner out there. Manly bench don't seem to realise what's going on. Now they realise. And we've got Connor Clark coming on to pinch run for the Manly side.
Pinch running, number 78, Connor Clark. Done off a special or just pinch running?
Connor Clark steals second base on a slow developing play by the Cronulla infield. Looks like Lachlan West wanted the shortstop to cut it off, but the ball bounced 3 times to the second baseman Finkelson, who almost had an opportunity to tag Clark at second. One ball, one strike to Barnes, as Barnes takes the practice swing after the strike's called. 2 runners in scoring position. Manly 2 for 3 so far tonight with runners at second and third. We'll see if Ryan Barnes can get that average up to 750. Swings and misses at the breaking pitch. Nicely located there by James Burgess. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Cronulla strike away from ending this 4th inning and getting their bats back in action. Pokes it, right side, Finkelson in for it, tells Angel to go over to first and makes the play to his first baseman for the third out. So a couple of base runners and a nice defensive play by Micah Target reduces or avoids any damage. But Manly still lead this game 8-4 as we head to the 5th.
Innings number 89, Micah Target.
A little bit cheaper for him.
Yeah.
So now money's going to cost to get equipment up to speed that needs to be here. So Micah Target here leading things off for the Sharks in the top of the 5th. James Peel, breaking ball, too high, ball 1. Swings at that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Singled back in the top of the 3rd. Scored also in that inning. And after he was the 3rd out to finish the 1st inning. Breaking ball in there again. Target ducking. Trying to shrink his strike zone and make it look like a ball, but no fall. And Steve Bigwood, 1 ball. 2 strikes now for James Peel. To Micah Target. Fouls that one off the end of the bat. Another nice breaking ball there by Peel to get Target swinging. Just getting a bit of the bat on it to stay alive. Another 1-2 pitch here for Target. Peel trying to go away and tempt Target, but Target's up to the task. 2-2 now the count. Another arm up in the Cronulla Sharks pen, getting ready to go. Micah laying off another fast ball away. Fills the count up at 3-2. Going to make Peel throw something a little bit closer to him. Fastball worked on Payas earlier. Doesn't get it location this time. Walks the leadoff man.
Now stepping up to bat, number 77, James Burgess.
The 3rd time this game that the Cronulla leadoff hitter has walked. 4th time they've reached. Backdoor breaking ball to Burgess for strike 1. Dylan Mogginson, the only leadoff hitter for the Sharks, who hasn't reached to lead off an inning. He flew out to Kane Flew in the top of the 4th. Ground ball hit to Mills. To Patterson for 1. Just can't finish the second leg, but they get the lead runner. Sorry, it was Morris at 3rd, not Mills. Morris with the assist on the 1st out. Patterson just unable to complete the second leg, but 1 away here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting for Cronulla, number 96, Rylan Angel.
So Rylan Angel now. Might have been calling him Ryan Angel earlier, so apologies to Rylan. Going to bat here with 1 out. Base runner James Burgess over at first. And James Peel called for a balk, stepped and went to throw to 1 and didn't release the ball. So it's the 3rd balk for Manly pitchers tonight. Takes out the double play, unfortunately. So as with Lander, Peel just needs to reset here after that mistake and just go back to doing what he does well, and that's throwing strikes. And in there, through the gap, through the left side. Will be a base hit. Burgess moves up to 3rd comfortably. Rylan Angel makes most of the opportunity there.
Now up to bat, number 74, Lachlan West.
Pitch appeal just a little bit on edge. Going to have a special pinch runner here. Rylan Angel will come out.
Pinch runner, number 92, Damien Wilson.
Special pinch runner is going to be Damien Wilson. Would expect him to Be looking to move up to second base very quickly to put a couple of base runners in scoring position for Cronulla. Cronulla, a team that'll just chip away at any deficit. Barnes throws cut off by Patterson. There was a play at third base. In time for the outs. James Burgess thrown out at third base. You don't see it very often, ladies and gentlemen. But the runners on the corners move comes off for Manly here. Don't know if Cronulla were unhappy with the call or unhappy with Burgess getting thrown out. Hands are up in the air. But it's a huge second out for the Manly Eagles. Nicely executed by Aidan Patterson. Playing close to the bag. He'll pick up the ground ball, throw it over to first, and that's 3 outs for Manly in the top of the 5th. He led it 8-4 heading to the bottom. Max Austin.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th innings, number 35, Max Austin.
So Max Austin lead things off here for Manly, bottom 5. Down for ball 1. Walked and grounded out so far has Max Austin as he takes the 2-0 from James Burgess for strike 1. Punches that ball right side. That's going to drop in for a base hit. No! Caught in foul territory out there by Ryland Angel for the first out. Thought he hit that a little bit harder. Looked like it flew off the bat a little bit more than where it eventually landed. I do have a nasty big pillar up the right side of the diamond in front of me, so...
Now up to bat, number 16, Luke Donaghy.
No excuses for getting it wrong, though. First out, bottom of the 5th. We're back to the top of the order for the Eagles with Luke Donaghy. Donaghy rips that one left field. Payas with a long run. Falls down in front of him. Donaghy's going to try and stretch it into 2. He's safe in second base. A nice slide. He's got plenty of speed, Donaghy. Fingelson was probably in the wrong position to try and make the tag. Being in front of the base. And it's going to be a hustle double for Luke Donaghy here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now to bat number 71, Will Tibbett.
Slide step fastball from James Burgess. Takes the inside corner for strike 1. Will Tibbett the hitter. Punches it left side. Long run. Long run for Micah Target, but he makes the catch in foul territory and records the second out.
Now up to bat number 64, Cam Lorenzo.
Cam Lorenzo, registering error. Flew out and hit by pitch so far. The pitch is well handled there by Rylan Angel. Correction, Lachlan West. Rylan Angel playing first base. 8-4 ball game here in this 2022 New South Wales Senior League State Championship Final. Cam Lorenzo goes inside out, punches it into the gap. Donaghy flies around third base to score. And it's an RBI single for Cameron Lorenzo. That makes it 9-4. Lorenzo wasn't waiting around longer than he needed to. Just punched that thing through the hole on the left side of the infield. Picks himself up his first hit of the night.
Now up to bat number 21, Dan Mills.
Dan Mills takes ball 1. Dan Mills singled on a very long fly ball in his last at bat. Lorenzo takes off. Slow roller to third base. And Dan Mills will reach. Lorenzo going on the pitch. Nice hit and run executed by Manly there. Contrast in hitting. Dan Mills belted his last one. And he gets an 80-foot dribbler up the left side to get aboard here.
Stepping up to the plate, number 14, Kane Flew.
So it'll be Kane Flew now to drive in another run for his Manly side. He takes the first pitch inside corner, strike 1. Walked in his last at bat. Two RBI base knock in his first at bat. And singled back in the bottom of the second. So busy night for Kane Flew. That one ducks out of the way. Probably could have worn it to load the bases. I would have. Do have bigger shoulders than him, so. Burgess come missing away. Flew here, 2-1 count. Burgess missing away, 3-1 now. Flew showing good patience up there. Inside, strike 2. So it fills the count up. And with 2 outs, we'll have Lorenzo and Mills taking off on the pitch. Centre fielder, left fielder, and right fielder in order in this Manly lineup. So another 3-2 here for Kane Flew. Here's the ball, ground to Figleson, picks it up, tosses it to second base to make the out, and that finishes the 5th inning. Manly with another run on the board. They lead at 9-4 as we head to the final 2 innings of this ball game.
Number 14, Nathan Payas.
So Nathan Payas will bat here for the Sharks. And we'll get to the defensive changes for Manly in a moment. We're just working through them. Peel back out in the mound, starts Payas with the ball, ball 1. So Zach Morris has come out of the game. And replacing him is Connor Clark. Connor Clark has gone to left field, and the left fielder Dan Mills has come into third base. Strike 1 there to Payas. Outside corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here for Nathan Payas. Wilson. Pitch 38 is popped up in the sky for Aiden Patterson. Underneath it, makes the catch. First out here in the top of the 6th inning. 38 pitches for James Peel through his 3 innings of work now. Even through the couple of struggles he's had, he's been very economical so far.
Now batting, number 92, Damien Wilson.
And we have a pinch hitter for the Sharks. It's going to be Damien Wilson to hit for Dylan Mogginson. First pitch up for ball 1. A bit high there by Peel. Cronulla, 4 runs on 6 hits, 4 errors. Manly, 9 runs, 10 hits, and only with 1 error. Ripped down the line and over the top of the Manly bullpen for a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike for Wilson. Manly scoring 6 runs in the first inning to shoot them out to a very strong lead and put all the pressure on the 5-0 Cronulla Sharks side. In the dirt by Peel. Doesn't get the swing by Wilson. Cronulla fought back with 3 in the third after Manly scored another 2 in the second. And then Manly putting 1 on the board in the 5th to lead this ball game at 9-4. Peel finds the inside corner for strike 2. Wilson not overly happy with the call, but he shrugs his shoulders, steps back into the box and says, "Throw me another one." Breaking pitch, little bit too far inside. Manly thought they had their second out of the inning. But Wilson watched it all the way out of the zone to fill the count up at 3-2. Pops it up, left side. Zach Morris. No, not Zach Morris. And Stan Mills underneath it. As so happens in baseball so often. You move a player or put a new player into the game and the ball inevitably finds them, and this time it found Dan Mills at third base and he can't make the catch to record the second out.
Now to bat number 66, Yuta Yamanaka.
Left fielder coming into third base. Didn't look overly comfortable underneath it. Yamanaka rips that one into right field. But it's a nice running catch out there by Kane Flew on the backhand. That ball looked like it might have had extra bases written on it. But Yuta Yamanaka will fly out for the second out. And Manly 4 outs away.
Now coming up to bat number 98, Cal Fingleson.
That pitch getting away from Ryan Barnes. And allow Wilson to scoot up to third base on the wild pitch. Cal Fingerson swings and misses at that 1-0 for 1 ball, 1 strike. Fingerson 1 for 3 so far. That one a base hit bunt. Peel just checking Wilson back to second base. In the dirt, nicely blocked by Barnes. 2 balls and a strike. 7-inning game here in this Senior League Championship final. Outside corner for strike 2. Peel just fires it in there. Nice cut there by Fingleton to keep his at-bat alive. Down the dirt, gets away from Barnes to the fence. Wilson moves up to third base and around the corner. Puts on the brakes and returns to the bag. 3-2 for Fingleton. So big pitch here for Peel. He wants to end the inning right here. Cal Fingleton hoping he can get himself aboard and keep this inning going. Bring up the heart of the lineup, and he does. He draws ball 4. Gets himself aboard.
Now batting number 78, Emrys Mulvihill.
Well, that's going to see Manly pitching coach Tim Cox come out on the mound. It's been a long time since Tim Cox has worn a Manly uniform, ever since the big 2002 first grade championship series where he threw 19 innings, only giving up 2 runs, leading Manly to a huge first grade championship. There's a couple of words for James Peel out on the mound. Manly looking for one more out here in the top of the 6th inning. Emrys Mulvihill will bat next with 2 out. Rips the first pitch. Generally a fastball after a coach's visit. Mulvihill sat right on it. Just couldn't put it the other side of the foul line. He 0-1 for Mulvihill. Thanks to Ash Roberts for correcting me on that year of that Manly championship. It was 2008-2009. Mulvihill fouls that one off with Fingleton running. Tibbett goes underneath it, but the ball bounces out of play. Mulvihill behind 0-2 now. A reminder that Tim Cox would have been 16 in 02. Still was a very good pitcher back then. Fingerson takes off. Breaking ball doesn't hit the zone. Mulvihill good enough to lay off it. This is still Peel's at bat to win. Mulvihill behind 1-2. Peel looking for strike 3. Mulvihill fouls it off. Keeps the at bat alive. Mulvihill lifts it high. Lorenzo waving for it. Sits underneath it. Makes the catch to finish the inning. And Manly are 3 outs away from claiming this under 16s Senior League State Championship. Connor Clark, Aidan Patterson and Ryan Barnes to bat when we return with the bottom of the 6th. So Connor Clark steps up. He gets his first at bat of the night. It was a courtesy runner for Aidan Patterson earlier in the game before moving into left field in the top half of this 6th inning. New pitch up for the Sharks is Emrys Mulful. James Burgess has moved to third base, and the third baseman, Mika Target, has moved back to shortstop where he started this game. Clark hits the ball on the ground to the right side to Cal Fingerson, who picks it up and throws it up to Rylan Angel for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Now up to bat number 42, Aidan Patterson.
Here is that man we just mentioned, Aidan Patterson. Mulville fires in, strike one. Straight back to the pitcher, who will pick it up. Run halfway to first and soft toss over to Angel at first for the second out of the inning. Mulfield looking for a 1-2-3 inning.
Now up to bat number 40, Ryan Barnes.
Give his team one more shot to overcome this 5-run deficit. Ryan Barnes, the catcher for Manly, hits. Swings and misses, strikes one. High fast ball by Mulfield. Mulfield missing down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Couple of RBIs to the tally for Ryan Barnes back in the first inning. Has a caught stealing. Threw out Yuta Yamanaka back in the first and then helped to throw out James Burgess at third base in the previous inning. In the 5th. Curveball. Gets Barnes looking. And it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Sharks. It's their last chance in the top of the 7th. They trail Manly 9-4. So Zach Morris on the mound for the Eagles here, top of the 7th. He has been given the job of shutting down the middle half of this Cronulla lineup and seal this Senior League State Championship victory. First time Manly have won Senior League in the Little League era. Target swings and misses at strikes one. Outside corner for strike two. Target's not happy with it. Paces out of the batter's box. Curveball for strike three. And that's the first out of the inning. Zach Morris, 4 1/3 innings in this tournament. Only one earned a run. First pitch inside to Burgess for ball one. That was against this Cronulla side back on the 24th of April, giving up 2 runs, one of them earned, a walk and a strikeout on 2 hits. Burgess fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike here for Burgess. Comes back with strike 2. Curveball ripped up the line but foul. Burgess sitting on it. Wanted it. Just missed it. 2-2 the count. Slow roller up third, tough play. Daniel Mills won't have one. And it'll be an infield single for James Burgess. Ryland Angel now looking to keep things going here for the Sharks. Outside corner, strike 1. It's been a happy hunting ground for the Manly pitchers tonight. Steve Bigwood been very generous out there. A little bit higher this occasion. 1 ball, 1 strike for Angel. As Ryland Angel asked for time and granted by umpire Bigwood just before Morris came to his set. Outside corner for strike 2. There it is again. Morris just pounding that zone away. He has Angel behind. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking for out number 2 here in the top of the 7th. Tries to bite off a little bit more there. Well handled by Barnes. Not allowing Burgess to take a free 90. Evans to count at 2-2. A little bit low. Good patience at the plate there, shown by Angel. 3-2 now the count. Big pitch coming here for Morris. He's got the Cronulla catcher in Lachlan Best waiting on deck. Little bit high. No, strike 3! Called! And that's the second out here in the top of the 7th. Angel turned around, couldn't believe what he had heard. And Steve Bigwood rings him up. And Cronulla are down to their final out, trailing by 5. First pitch to West is down for ball 1. James Peel, the second pitcher for Manly, moving out to left field after his stellar work on the mound. Ball gets away from Barnes and allow Burgess to move up. 2-0 here for West. Swings and misses up the middle. Donaghy rounds it up, picks it up, fires across the diamond, into the glove of Tippett, and the Manly Warringah Eagles are your Senior League state champions for 2022. Not since 2001 have Manly won the top junior tournament. Coached by Brian Murphy back then, with players like Timmy Cox, Dean Zorn. And the Eagles scoring 6 runs in the first inning. They put another 2 runs on the board in the second. And James Peel came out, shut them down 3 2/3, only giving up the 1 hit, walking 2, striking out 3. The Manly offense, led by Daniel Mills, 3 for 4 for him. Kane Flew had 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Luke Donaghy, Will Tippett, Cam Lorenzo, Aidan Patterson and Ryan Barnes all picked up hits. For Cronulla, Ryland Angel had 2 hits. Yamanaka, Fingleson, Mulfield and Target, and Burgess all with a hit each. But it was the 6 runs in the first that did the damage for the Eagles, and they are your 2022 Senior League state champions. Congratulations to both teams on getting this far into the tournament. Both teams do head to the National Championships next week in Geelong. We wish both teams well. We will stay with the presentation, which will be held on field very soon. Thank you for joining in. Thanks to Matt Jeevens from Streamline Sport for bringing you the coverage of this game. And that wraps up the baseball for 2021, 2022. Or the State League is done, or the Little League, Junior League, and Senior League now in the books. We hope you enjoyed the season. A big congratulations to all the winners in the Little League, Junior League, and Senior League divisions. Good luck with your national tournaments, and we'll see you back in September.
Evening everyone, my name's Andrew Clements. I'm the Tournament Director for the Senior League tournament we've just experienced. Congratulations to our winners tonight. Manly, well done. A very hard fought last couple of days. And to Cronulla, absolutely fantastic to come back after that first innings. Some real heart. That's exactly what we want. Just as a starting point, we would like to acknowledge that we're here tonight on the land of the Darug people, the traditional owners of this land. Well, what a night. Who would have thought that this tournament was scheduled to be the first Little League tournament of this series for 2022, but the last to finish. Rain has interrupted it, like everyone's aware, but finally we're here. And we have two qualifying teams for the Nationals. So congratulations to Cronulla Black, and congratulations to them who are going to Geelong in a couple of weeks' time. Very quick turnaround. I'm sure the parents are really happy about that quick turnaround. But nevertheless, good luck. We hope you do well and represent New South Wales well. If anything, the last 2 years has taught us is resilience and adaptability. Tonight we've seen that as the culmination of this state championship final. I'd like to ask the teams to come forward and just form up a little bit closer behind here if that's possible. So I'd like to welcome, of course, Mark Marino, the CEO of Baseball New South Wales here. And look, there's a lot of people to thank, a lot of things that happen on behind the scenes that most of us are not aware of. Certainly I wasn't aware of until this tournament, how many people are involved. But I'll just go through a few if you don't mind. Of course, Baseball New South Wales, with special acknowledgement to Vass, Mel, Graham, and of course Mark. A lot of work that goes in the background, and I think a lot of the EOs and administrations of each association would know how much paperwork is done in the background there. The umpires, Jerry Cobb, the umpire in charge, and all the umpires that have contributed, thank you very much. And of course to Matt Wagner, who has supported them and managed the other Little League tournaments for the umpires as well. The scorers, to Janine Hunt, Vera Bonham and Belinda Parker, who helped all of our scorers from each of the teams. So thank you very much to them, and they also made sure Game Changer was up and running all the time, which is probably a key link to a lot of people through the tournament. The big one, and I wish they were here, they're not, but the big one that got us through was the grounds crew. Without them, there's no way we would have been able to get through this tournament in the time that we did. But a huge thank you to the grounds crew. To our canteen that's been operating, Kerry Jackson and her team of volunteers that have helped out. Thank you very much. First aid support, Medics Australia, Pat, thank you very much. Up in the box tonight, Matt Jukson, operating the streaming for everyone tonight. Thank you very much, Matt. And Luke Eisenhower's been the man on the mic up there for all the people at home. To each association delegate, their respective committees, the associated volunteers for managing the selection process, and the administrators for all the teams, a big thank you. That's part of what goes into the background, which a lot of the kids won't see. But they're all volunteers. They're all putting in a lot of effort, just as much as your parents bringing you to the games. And a lot of them don't have kids involved with the sport. So thank you very much to those people. Of course, to the managers, EOs, assistant coaches. You give up a lot of time to coach these kids and get them on their way. And a big thank you to you. Of course, the parents. Without the parents, there'd be nothing. and I'm sure you guys have been told more than once, a big cheer for the parents. To our other spectators, thank you very much for turning up. It's fantastic. It's not just parents, it's grandparents, it's uncles, aunties. Thank you very much for coming. And finally to the players, you've all performed exceptionally. Throughout the tournament, it's been absolutely fantastic to watch the demonstrated Little League values of character, courage and loyalty. Absolutely perfect. Thank you very much, guys. Lastly, on a personal note, I'd like to thank one person who's not here, which is Mark Roberts. Mark Roberts has been the tournament director for the other tournaments of Little League and provided a lot of support to me. So thank you very much to Mark Roberts. The Senior League tournament this year has been one of the most competitive events I've seen. So many close games, such a high standard of play. We saw triple plays. We saw multiple walk-off hits. The unexpected bunt walk-off. The 9-3 play that I saw yesterday, that's my favourite. Anyone see that? Oh, I love it. That was great. Okay, I could go on and on. There were so many great things. I think for me, probably the highlight was we only had a couple of mercies. Every game was close. And that shows how good everyone is training these kids up and how well our standard of baseball is. So, well done to everyone on that. Okay, I'd like to introduce Mark Marino, our CEO.
Thanks, Andrew. I'll keep it short. I think Andrew's done a great job of thanking everybody. There's just too many people to sort of congratulate and thank for what they've done. Especially thank you to Andrew for what he's done in this tournament. And also, I do want to give a special shout out to Vera and Janine and the scorers who have just been tireless throughout the whole event. It's just, it's a difficult task to put on. I appreciate, what everyone's had to go through these last few months with the weather and everything like that. And it's been a testament to the associations and the clubs how they've stuck it out. To PJ and your staff and team, congratulations. The state champs, Jaden, your staff and your team, congratulations as well. Best of luck when you get to the Nationals. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys get out there and take it out. To the mums and dads and parents and supporters, thank you for all the time you put into the kids. We can't do it without you. And it's been some high quality baseball and it's great to watch. Thank you.
So first I'd like to call up the runner-up. So Jaden, would you mind coming up, saying a few words?
Firstly, congratulations Manly, well played today, outstanding, well done to you guys. NSW, thank you very much, all the volunteers, scorers, thank you to the ground staff, thank tirelessly effort for you guys, thank you so much. My boys, it wasn't our day, but we're off to Nationals, it's all that matters now, we go to work, so congratulations, thank you. And, the Little League Award goes to Emirates.
Okay, and over to our winners, Manly! And PJ, here we go.
Thank you very much. Oh, that's loud. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you, Baseball New South Wales. Thank you to all the volunteers, all the parents that came out. To Cronulla, you guys are awesome to watch play. Every time I see you play, I love watching you guys. It's going to be exciting to see all of us down in Geelong playing. And so credit to you guys for being a fantastic side and putting up a great fight tonight. It was a good ball game, I think. So very well done to you guys. Thank you so much for being great competitors. To my guys, Manly, very proud of everything you guys have done. I told you that in the post-game huddle. You guys are true competitors. The bats finally woke up. We finally started putting on some runs, but everyone on this team contributed to our effort this weekend and last weekend. So please give them a round of applause. State champions, Manly. And the Little League, what's the award? Little League Award, okay. The Little League Award goes to a guy on the team who was a rock at third base throughout the tournament, made some fantastic plays, shut down the opposition as a closer, and that man, young man, is Zach Morris. Thank you all, and good night!
Okay, so now I'll get Mark. I'll ask Mark to come and help present the flag. Mark? The winning flag. Well, if you don't mind, guys, Cronulla, just stay there for a sec. We'll get a photo with these guys first, and then we'll get a group photo with everyone in. I'd like the umpires to come out for that group photo too, if that's possible. So first we'll get Cronulla, just come to the side for the presentation. And then after that, we'll get the parents to call. We'll all go out on the ground. We can take a photo with the scoreboard, if you like. Parents, you're welcome to come out and take some photos as they go out here. And thank you very much for tonight.